As the final buzzer sounded on the Pistons' 2023 season, two die-hard fans, Mickey and Harry, each passed out and witnessed a vision. They were visited by Detroit's very own mascot, Hooper, the stallion ablaze, who told them the only way the Pistons would ever win a championship again was if these two men started a podcast. To be clear, they said, do we really have to do this? I mean, aren't there enough Pistons podcasts already? It seems like this might be overkill. But Hooper dunked on them, right in their face, and said, your team needs you. He presented them with a prophecy. Now it is their duty to help Detroit rise again and become champions. The Order of the Blazing Horse. Welcome back to another brand spanking new episode of The Order of the Blazing Horse, the only Detroit Pistons podcast based on a mystical prophecy. I am one of those prophets, one of your hosts, Harry Morrows, touched by a horse in a consensual, ethereal, third eye, yada, 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 a blaze of ways. Joined as always by my co-host with the most out on the West Coast,
Mickey Jacobs. How you doing, Harry? How you feeling?
I'm chilly. Feeling the chill like the Pistons been feeling it in the WL column over the last 4 games. How are you doing, bro?
I'm good. It's a little rainy here in LA. But you know, gotta get that drizzle sometime. Yeah, man. As much as I loved, I was present for the win over the Lakers, the blowout win over the Lakers. But
you were in the game.
I was there. I was in the building. I was in like about as far back as you can sit. But it was delicious, man. I mean, you're sitting there decked out in Pistons gear, surrounded by just the worst fans in the world, just the absolute worst. And it was a sweet victory. But yeah, as you mentioned, they've the Stones have cooled off a little bit. They've stopped rolling a little bit. What's going on?
Well, Mick Jagger is very old. I will say that.
True. It's true.
So there is that. I mean, they've had some tough opponents, right? They got blitzed, I think, by Miami. Miami just like ran all night long, Lionel Richie style, at them.
All night long.
Yeah, we got it. I mean, they looked sluggish. They almost came back. They brought it back to within 2 in the fourth quarter, which is honestly kind of crazy, being down 22 and looking like sluggish, not hitting shots either, like just breaking threes, kind of galore, with Norm Powell going out of his mind. How many players are we going to play that are going out of their mind against us? Norm Powell's great. I love Norm Powell. I hope he gets an all-star at some point in his career because he's sick.
This isn't new, by the way. I feel like this could be, and this isn't even like a doomery statement, but I feel like the Pistons probably, if there's a stat for team that players score their career highs against, I feel like we're the ones.
We had another career high against us with Kawhi, his only 50-point game. Granted, he's scoring at an insane rate right
he's
now.
He's on one. And credit to Kawhi and Storm and Norman Pow. These are serious hoopers. They're really good at basketball. So it is like a little disheartening though.
And even before that, like I think both Laurie and Keontae had plus 30-point games against us. And like I don't know how many times that's happened that the Pistons give up 2 30-point scorers, but it does seem to happen. It kind of seems like their defense is so good, which it is good. They have the number 2 defense in the entire NBA, and you watch them play D, and you're like, Jesus Christ, these guys just clamp. It really takes somebody ascending and getting crazy hot, and it all kind of falling on them. And with Miami, like it really was Norm, even though there was like a lot of transition buckets for them as well, and they still held them to like not that many points in general. Also, hot take. Norm Powell on this team would be so huge, dude. I know it won't happen. He's I think he's like a free agent next year, but like he'll probably stay in Miami. But like the dude is so damn good. And the right type of scorer the Pistons could use.
I don't think it's that hot of a take. I think that's I think if you've been watching Pistons basketball, like you've just realized how badly we need a second scoring option, gravity, 3-point shooting, free throw shooting. I think it's starting to catch, our flaws are starting to catch up with us. And I think like injuries don't help. Although admittedly, like I was kind of interested to see how the team fared without Tobias and Karras, not because I don't love the vets, but just because
the heiress.
Right. Like let's see, give the young guns a shot. And the young guns were responsible for a lot of those wins in the 13 in a row streak we had. But we're playing some tougher teams, and they're like, the Clippers weren't going to suck all season.
No.
Like I think they're healthy right now. They're looking good. The Jazz are not a joke by any means. And the Heat, everyone's commended the Heat's play. So, credit to us for, like not losing. Like these haven't been terrible losses. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's a lot of missed free throws. The turnovers have kind of started to creep back up. I do want to shout out, not to get ahead of ourselves, Marcus Sasser, man.
Bro, return of the Sass once again. The dude stepped up in the games where he's like playing minutes. It's been nuts. Even some of the games where he hasn't, I think he had a game where he had 4 minutes and scored 7 points. The dude is a bucket. The separation is crazy. The defense is lovely. I'm super into Sass. Always been into Sass. Hella great player on this team. What's been your view of him?
Well, this is me like holding my hand up because I remember like probably a couple weeks ago we were like, or at least I was like trade bait, whatever, like out of sight, out of mind. Sorry, Marcus. It's the dancing and the we got excited, but like what he brings is so needed right now. And he's not just stepped up, he's stepped back and just he's shooting like 50, 60 splits. Granted, it hasn't been like across that many games, but
that is across 3 years now that he's been doing that.
And extremely efficiently. I also think, like, scoring aside, he's one of the, like, is there a player on our team who has that kind of wiggle to his game? Like, I don't think there is. Like he's had the ball on a string lately, and we were talking about this off air. He's not like a natural backup point guard exactly, but like no one is. Like Asar isn't, Ivey isn't, Karras isn't, and Danis kind of is. Like Danis is kind of like in that role, but as far as like guys whose hands I want the ball in, Marcus is like rising to the top of that list.
Oh yeah, dude. And he's hitting catch and shoot threes now too.
Huge, so needed, man.
The three also looks so good. Like if there's a player on our team who shoots the three ball that hits the rim the least, it's got to be him. When the shot's on, it is just so on, and it's such an energy lifter. And talking about space, he creates space between him and the defender, like he's moving them out of his apartment. There's just like this when he steps back, like he drives and steps back, it's longer than he is tall. His ability to create distance between him and the defender for being such a short guy, I think he's 6'2", is incredibly impressive. If you follow the Pistons on Instagram as well, like he's so sweet in all their videos. He's such a sweet dude. I love that about him. And he's just been doing this. And I want to point out that at the beginning of the season, when JB was talking about the team, when the Pistons were talking about the team, he was the backup point guard. That was what his focus was. It's like he talked about how he learned a lot from Dennis Schroeder being on this team last year, picked up a lot. And from watching his last couple games, it kind of looks like he has, right? Because it's not just the scoring. He's getting the lobs up to Duren. He's finding assists out on the 3-point line. It's looking pretty good. He's not turning the ball over. And when Danis was killing it earlier in the year, he was doing floor general Danis things. And then when Danis went into his slump, he was playing more. We've called this out in the show. He's playing more like Sasser typically plays.
Forcing a little bit, like looking to score, to.
And now we have both of these guys. Maybe these two guys can be in the backup doing. I mean, they have a history together. They're buddies.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be your kind of smaller backcourt backup with tenacity, because they are getting steals. They are getting stops. They are throwing the body in there, and they're scoring, and they're both clutch on top of it.
They're dogs too. Like they're really like, yeah, I know they're like on the smaller side, but that's really appealing to me right now. Like just with all the like, Ivey Karras like roller coaster a little bit, and the like, where are these minutes going? Like, I know Dennis and Sasser sound like a smaller backcourt, but I think like both of those guys have proven their ability to like step into starting roles and like hold their own. Before we go any further, I also have to shout out Sasser's point of attack defense. That clip of him against the Lakers, just
Smith
like,
Jr.
yeah, man, forcing that TO, getting the pass, getting the bucket to like the hockey assist to Ivey, so good. And yeah, man, I just like, if I'm like getting a little impatient with the like Ivey Karras of it all, and I don't think it's either of their faults. I just think it's like the roles have been confusing, and like, you know, maybe it's fine. Maybe it's like Dana's got his run, Sasser's getting his run, but like, if we're not going to expand Ivey's role, because like he's been scoring efficiently. He's shooting like 47-40 or so, like close to that, like 40, 46, 39.
I'll pull up his stats. He's 46, like you said, 39 on 3 threes a game, 80% from the free throw line at like 1.4 a game. He's getting 2 rebounds a game. The rebounding I've been pretty impressed with in general. His assist turnover ratio is pretty good. It's 2 to 1. Yeah, 2 to 1.
Yep.
His steals 0.6, blocks 0.3. He's only playing 16 minutes like a night. So
that's like, I'll put my hand up and say, like, what are we doing with this kid? Like, what are we like? Is it time to either up those minutes or like package him and move him to a situation that's gonna want him more? Because like, I'm interested in this Dennis Sasser thing. Like, Karras has been valuable for us. Ivey's been valuable, but there have been times like where he can't be scoring the ball much better than he has been in some of these games. You know, he'll be like 4 for 6 or 4 for 5 or whatever it is he's managed to cobble together in his like 8 minutes and just like not return. So I feel good about our depth, but I do want like roles to be a little clearer, and I want the deck to be shuffled in a way that I'm not like all in for, you know, Triple J or like Lowry or like, you know, mortgage the future, but I am like, we're needing another option. Like, we're needing like another, like, we're gonna have to consolidate at some point, and like can't keep playing all these guys.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's not necessarily that we need to, it's that we can afford to, and it wouldn't change the depth of this team really, because you have so many players, right? Like, if you want to consolidate 2 of them or 3 of them and get somebody else like to come in to maybe take on a bigger role, because I do think secondary scoring has been a huge issue for the Pistons. I think they only have 1 or 2 games in all of December, and maybe in their last like 15 games, where they've had 2 20-point scorers, which is fucking crazy, considering how often that happens against the Pistons. Granted, a lot of people are scoring a lot of points, but like my feeling about Ivey, most of his games he's scoring like 10 points, 10 points, 11 points, 10 points, and he's not getting a ton of minutes, but like, that's okay. The decisions and the turnovers I know the numbers are down, but like, it doesn't look great to me when I'm watching. It looks like he's driving into like nothing kind of a lot. So I don't know. And then when you look at a guy like Jenkins or a guy like Sasser or a guy like Paul Reed, who come in on these limited minute opportunities and then kind of explode, we haven't seen any of that explosion from Ivey yet. His high scoring game, he had 15 points. Who's that against? And that was against Milwaukee in 18 minutes of play. So that's pretty good, that Milwaukee game. And I wish he played more in that Milwaukee game. I kind of don't understand why he didn't. And if you are going to consolidate him and move on from him, that's fine. But we should at least see what it looks like with him starting next to Cade first. If the splits are this good, if his catch and shoot threes are fine, if the defense isn't any worse than Duncan's. And Duncan hasn't exactly been like lights out lately, or like that. Not saying he's playing badly, but he's not like killing it lately. Why not at least try? Why not at least see what this looks like?
I want that. Like, yeah. I was, and like, honestly, his, like, especially like before last game, like his stats were very encouraging, and he's been very, like, I agree with you. I don't think he's like as aggressive, and I think a lot of what he's been doing well has been like perimeter oriented, which like, you know, is it you're right, for this team, like there are worse things, even though your best NBA skill is that first step. And we're not really seeing that translate to rim buckets in the way that you might hope.
I have a take on that. And like,
Please.
part of it is because he's coming back from injury. So you're like a little more hesitant about like using your speed, using your burst, all of that. I don't think Ivey's got a great bag in general, as far as like handle goes. I don't see him like pull a lot of moves or anything for the most part. He does depend on that first step a lot.
Yeah.
This is my take. My take is I wish he would, or I hope he does do a lot more perimeter shooting, like focuses on the perimeter shooting, makes people really feel threatened by his outside shot. And then when they come to close out on him, take advantage of your step that way. Because if they're closing out on you and your first step is that much faster, that will get you that open lane to the rim, as opposed to what's been going on lately where he's got like the ball in his hands and he's kind of like trying to take somebody off the dribble, but they're like sticking with him and he puts his head down and he ends up running into somebody and it ends up like getting blocked. He's had some like disastrous get blocked plays at the basket this year in his small stint. Yeah. That's the thing that like stands out to me the most. And if you could take that away, then his game would be looking very good, I think. But we got to know what to do with this dude. Like, you have to know what his value is to this team and in the trade world if he's going to get sent out. We just got to know.
I think we need like, and tell me if I'm being unrealistic, because I think the Trey Murphy thing is like getting to like Lowry level package. Like it's starting to be like, two young guys instead of what I feel like we've heard. Like
don't nobody know what they're talking about.
That's true. Like, that's true. But I'm like, a Tyler Hero would be really great.
Yeah.
Like someone like that who's just like a scorer and handler who gravity, like, and I don't know. I think something like that, like even if you don't trade Tobias, like even if you hang on to Tobias, like someone who has more, I think like I have to just like shout out Cade for how well he's been playing while the game plan is still just stop Cade. Cause like
it's insane. It's insane.
Like teams, he's already been an all-star now. Like he's in the scouting report. He's our only guy, really. like it's not saying you don't have to look out for Duren and like be ready for other players, but like
in all honesty, he's got to be like near a favorite for MVP if Jokic misses time and if Shea misses. It's like if Shea ends up like going down, but like he's got to be up there as far as like players.
Yeah, I think it's like him and Brunson are right behind those guys.
People say Ant as well.
Yeah, I bet they do. No, I'm kidding. I love Ant. But and I have to admit,
all I'm saying is like, Cade wouldn't throw a towel up in the air and walk away from the team and not talk to reporters after a game.
Oh, I didn't know that happened.
That happened with Ant somewhat recently. Like, like Jeff Teague was just shouting out. He said he'd take Cade over Luka, and that seems to be like the conversation right now is like Cade or Luka, and it's because Luka's defense is like atrocious.
Really bad. It's really bad, and the like complaining, like it's one thing to complain. It's another thing to complain and not get back on D.
Right.
Like it's
literally every play, dude. It's nuts. It's truly nuts.
No, it makes him look like a brat. Which like. Have you ever seen a player that fits in more with Lakers basketball? It just feels like the entitlement, the ego, like it just feels the arrogance, like it feels like just in the tradition of the golden.
You can score really well and like rebound and get assists. They have LeBron. Austin Reeves can do the same stuff that Luka does, but to a lesser extent. But he's also injured right now, and their defense is just like so friggin' pathetic.
It's very bad.
And when I looked at the Pistons 2 years ago, the defense on a couple players was such a problem that it was almost impossible for the Pistons to win games. So I think in the current state of the NBA, if you want to be a good team, I know the Lakers record says they're a good team. If you look at the point differential, it says they're not a good team. But if you want to be a good team in the current NBA, you have to have two-way players up and down your roster, I think. And Detroit really has that. And that might be why they're like hesitant to make the sort of trades that people want them to make, and I'm totally okay with it.
I am too. But I do want us to like in the same way that we got Schroeder for nothing at the deadline last year. Like I just want a like. I also just think unlike last year we have like a good problem in that like there's too many guys like that aren't like I think Javonte Green could get a few more minutes. I think like
dude, I love Javonte Green.
I love
Javonte Green.
I mean, I want more Ron minutes. Like, I want more. Like, I think Sasser deserves minutes. Like, I think Karras has been really good for us, but I also just think like he seems like someone that would get packaged like with Tobias, and I think they've both been like fine. Like, I think they've both been fine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like they're trash, get them off the team, but like, like if we're going to lose some of these games, which we are, like, I'd rather it be like for the sake of development and like growth than just sort of like, I feel like we're plateauing a little bit, or like we're there's this like threshold we can't break through. And I think like, I like that Tobias and Karras are like in theory two-way guys. I think Tobias has been pretty bad defensively lately. But neither of them are like shooters. They are both guys who can shoot sometimes. like
Tobias's 3-point shooting has gone off a cliff.
It's been really bad
years. And I like Tobias. Like, I don't have a problem with him being on this team or anything like that. I don't have a problem with him being on the floor. It's not like same with Karras. Like, when they're out there, I'm not like, oh, these freaking guys. I'm not losing my mind. I'm like, oh, this is fine. Like, they could do something. Like the Unk back down, historical. Right. And then Karras makes some moves that are crazy. Karras has some crazy buckets half the time. But the defense from Tobias has been a significant drop off, whereas the defense from Ron Holland has been a significant upgrade. Like, crazy good.
When Asar sits, you feel all right about it.
Yeah.
If Ron and or Stu are in the lineup, yeah, I will say like one other thing, like just as like a little bit of a dig against the older guys is like, aside from the development and like wanting to see like the young guys get better and get more run and figure things out, I also just want to see us play faster. And as like patented as the Unk back down fade is, like he's been pretty trash in transition. Like it's been you know what though? Sometimes he's really good. Like, sometimes he's really good and just punches it and like is weirdly good at finishing. But if there's like a guy, like if there's one obstacle, like the decision making gets a little like, I don't know. I'm just
the hands have been a little stiff when the ball comes his way.
Yeah,
it's like a little bit of a flubbing, I would say. But I don't mean to talk ill of Tobias by any stretch of the imagination.
No, but I was more of the I will say, like, I've shifted somewhat to being like, we're not going to trade Tobias. Like, he's valuable to this team on a like locker room presence. And like, I was more into it when he was like giving Pascal Siakam fits, or like holding his own against Cat. Like, but now if he can't do that, like, we're already going to need Stu anyway. Like, I'm not so opposed to moving him if like other teams want that expiring money, and like whether it's taking on a contract or just like packaging him with Ivey or Karras or whoever else. Like, I don't want to like stall out in the playoffs.
I totally agree. And like, again, I like all those guys. I'm not saying we have to trade them or anything, but if we end up trading a combination of any of those three guys and get somebody who's going to score, hit threes, who isn't Michael Porter Jr. back, I think I'd be pretty fine with it. And again, like I have to reiterate, I like those players. I wish them all the best. I'm not complaining about them.
They've done well for us
as guys.
Yeah.
And another thing to take in mind is like, we were in the playoffs last year, so we have a lot of young players that get it now. We have 2 full years of this like kind of leadership thing going on where so they say that kids that grow up like traumatic childhoods become adults real fast. That's the young guys on the Pistons, because they had the traumatic 2023 season. And so how desperately do you really need the Tobias Harris, last year's Tim Hardaway Jr. and Malik Beasley presence like you did this year? You don't need it to the same extent. And you have Duncan Robinson, who's like part of it. Like, I'm not saying that it's not valuable. I'm just saying it's not as necessary. And I also want to point out that in the game against the Heat last night, it's not like they lost because they didn't have Karras and Tobias. They lost because they didn't play with proper pace or with like wise defense. They just came out flat, and it took too long to get back.
Yeah. I also just like from that. I agree with everything you're saying about how like they've had to grow up fast and like the vet presence isn't as valuable. Like especially if Tobias's only thing really is going to be those back down. Like I don't like everyone just standing around and watching.
Yeah.
It
also keeps everybody off the boards. You know, like that's another thing because like let's say Duren and Stu are both out there. And like Asar drives, one of those guys is going to get the offensive rebound and put it back. Or if they double up on Duren when he's shooting, Asar or the Stu will get the offensive rebound and put it back. Maybe Cade will get the rebound and put it back. When it's the Tobias back down, you lose that opportunity. Like you're not going to get. I actually would be curious what the amount of offensive rebounds off Tobias backdowns are. I bet it's very low.
It reminds me too of like the Jeremy Grant situation, you know, where it's just like him driving into a bunch of, I mean, it's different, but I was talking to my dad about this like a few weeks ago, and when the Bad Boys traded, when they had Adrian Dantley. Who would just like, you know, was a bucket getter, but it was just like, all right, everyone stand around while he does his thing. And like, I don't know, we're too young, athletic, and like I want the ball to move more. Like I would also argue if we are going to make a move, like ideally of like larger impact than the Schroeder, like I think it makes sense to like up the ante a little bit. I think there are steps between like a Dennis Schroeder move that costs us nothing and two young guys and picks chip shove for Larry. But yeah, I think if we are going to make a move, like you'll still need time to like work that guy in.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
So ideally, like, you know, if it comes down to the deadline, it comes down to the deadline, but like it might not hurt to like sooner than later might be good. Like obviously I trust Trajan to like see who's available and make the best decision and not be impatient just to like make a move. But like you don't want to be figuring that out in March. You know, like you want to like already have a flow because that's when like chemistry and like teams really start gelling. And like I look at the Knicks, like I know they have health issues now, but like the way they've been like playing as a unit is like it's scary. Like it's really a little scary. And like I think like whether it's Mike Brown or the continuity or like
I really think it's trusting the bench because like when you look at
you could argue that that's coaching too.
For sure.
Kolek,
dude, I loved Kolek coming out of college, and when he went to New York, I was like, this sucks. Because one, I didn't want to play for New York, and two, I didn't think he was going to play because it was New York. And now here we are, and the dude's balling. He plays a very mature game of basketball, and I think that's like important on a team like New York.
He does. I do get like American Psycho vibes from him.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Like that guy's got heads in his freezer.
He can't believe Jalen Brunson's card's better than his.
Yeah. What is that? The eggshell? But yeah, no, he's scary, and I mean that as a compliment. He's
hey, Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah, Huey Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he freaks me out for sure, but he's good, and they're good, and I want us to like within the next year like really start to be like, all right, this is the squad. Like Cade's a huge piece. I assume Asar and Duren are huge pieces. I think Stu is untradeable. I really don't want to trade Ron. I think like Sasser looks really good. Like
dude, I'm telling you, it's just those three guys. It's just Ivey, Karras, Harris that I'm okay with trading right now because the rest fit so well and fit the mentality. I'm not even saying those other three don't fit it. It's just that they offer.
No, you can say that. You can say that too.
I just think they offer room for upgrade, and they have contracts that allow for it on top of it. That's like
yes. That's it to me. And like I like as much as I love Unk, and I do, like I can just see him like falling off in the playoffs. And I think like Cade is enough of a leader that like between Cade, Stu, and Duren, Like I see those as like the team captains.
Yeah.
Like, don't you? Like, am I crazy? Like,
no.
I feel like Asar is just like a quieter presence, but like is so important. But like, dog pound plus Cade equals like the like heart, soul, mind of this team.
I completely agree. And like not to just because this offers like some sort of transition for us, and I'm not just talking about the like, subscribe, turn on the alert transitions that we're so famous for. We passed the 100 goal. Now we're at 104. Get us up to 150. That's the next year goal. 150.
We're
get those digits.
Swimming in followers right now. But subscribe.
The transition from these from that like captain talk or like heart and soul talk. Congratulations to Isaiah Stewart, just nominated and named the Eastern Conference Defensive Player of the Month. The dude is a fucking beast, man. Like last night, tied his career high with 5 blocks in the game. Just you can't take it at him. That block he had on Kalel Ware at the 3-point line too for his 4th was nuts. Like just straight up nuts. Kalel's 7 feet tall, dog, and he's out there swatting his ass. I couldn't believe that 5 was as high because it seems like he gets 4 blocks almost every fucking game. And it's out of control. But Stu's that dude. Shout out to Bryce Simon, Motor City Hoops on Blue Sky. If you follow him on Substack and stuff like that, he pointed out that if Stu wants to get in the Defensive Player of the Year or all defense conversation, he's played 24 games of 20 plus minutes this year. He needs to hit 65 games doing that. There are 48 games remaining. That means he has to do that in 41. So maybe that'll happen. He's got the positional versatility to do it. The team believes in him. JB obviously believes in him. He calls him the best defensive center in the NBA. Like, and with reason, he's allowed the worst for offending. Like, I guess the best is what it would be. The best defensive shot percentage at the rim. Like, he's just stopping everybody with the 4th most contested shots in the NBA. That's nuts to be able to stop that many while people just keep coming at you. They gotta learn. And I think he's 3rd in the league in blocks per games as well. So
yeah, all this while like, look, it's only 2.5 attempts, 37% from 3, like hitting them when they count, going like 1 for 3 lately, I feel like, but just so needed, especially on this team.
And finishing inside.
Yeah. Oh my God. The left hand too has been so good. Like he's just like that. He's just like Mr. Detroit as far as I'm concerned. Like he just like personifies everything. Like he is, what did JB call him? The torchbearer of our culture.
Oh yeah.
like that is so important. So I don't know. I think Tobias has been great. And like in the same way that like THJ was great and Beasley was great. Like these guys were so important, especially that year. But like, yeah, I want to start seeing like the next step. Like I think there's like again, like I'm not trying to like just like trade everybody and like have a whole new roster, but I do think like not everybody can do this like Presti thing where you just stand pat, get amazing draft picks and like develop them all. Like sometimes you got to go make a move. Like sometimes you got to go make just like an upgrade.
Right.
Like it's
also Presti had the advantage of having like an insane amount of picks coming his way and just like fortunate landing picks.
And traded stars in a way that like kicked off the thing, like with just like you said, like a trove of capital.
Right. It's a different circumstance. And then when you look at the Pistons picks right now, chances are they're not going to be great for the foreseeable future, right? Like if this team sticks together as well. So
I don't think anyone thinks the Pistons are going to be like suddenly just be bad. Like people aren't stupid. Like they're not just gonna, like be like, oh yeah, that's a good. Like you want to like trade what, like as far future pick as you can. Like that they're the more valuable,
right? Like 2031 like
down the line, especially if like whatever trade we make makes us better.
Yeah,
which nuts. I would hope it would.
I can't imagine it wouldn't, right? Because like again, if we talk about trading the 3 guys, any combination of the 3 guys that we mentioned. Those guys have all missed significant time, and those guys haven't played as significant a role in this team's overall success on a night-to-night basis. Maybe some nights, but not every night.
Yeah.
So, but part of the Isaiah Stewart conversation with him getting more minutes, he might be able to get more minutes now that Jalen Duren has injured his ankle. We don't know what the severity of it is. He rolled his ankle against the Miami Heat. He had to exit at half, and he just wasn't coming back. He wanted to come back. That's what Omar St. Kofa the second reported, that he wanted to come back, but JB said no. So we don't know the severity of it. Hopefully, it won't be too long, because he's put on an all-star bid. Like offensively, he really does look like an absolute animal against these. The footwork is crazy. The mid-range is crazy. I think he's missed like 2 mid-range jumpers all season. It's wild.
Yeah, the like, he's still growing. Like, he's still growing. Like, sometimes the effort isn't there, or like frustration from foul trouble can hamper a game. Yeah. But like, he really is kind of the barometer for like how the Pistons are going to do in a night. Like, I really feel like if Jalen Duren has a good night, we're probably winning the game. I'm sure you could say that about some other people, but like, I really do think like him and Tobias are sort of like the linchpins of like, okay, if they pop off for like, 15 to 18 plus, like we're probably taking that win.
Because Cade's already putting up like 30.
Yeah. Well, like the more points those guys have, the more assists Cade has. And let's see how he's looking. And so, all right. Jalen Duren, in November, he averaged 21 and almost 13 boards. Crazy. With like 1.8 stocks. December, we've dropped off a little bit, not significantly actually. 16 points and
still 5 points better than last season,
and 9.5 rebounds.
Yeah.
The turnovers have been like a little bad, but he's had more gravity. He's also, he's averaging like two plus assists. But yeah, no, it wavers. And I also think the reason why some of those points have gone down in December is usage with the return of some of our other guys. I think that's had an effect. But, it goes without saying, but I really want him and Asar to be aggressive. Like, I just really want those guys to like, they're both very capable of having big nights, and they're both very capable of having quiet nights. And I just like, I don't know if it's a coaching issue or like a scheme thing, but like there's still like a little bit of wonkiness in terms of just like figuring out how to best like play to these guys' strengths.
Yeah. And I mean, to me, like, I think you said it best, be aggressive. Like, just have them be aggressive and let the other one of them, or again, if Stu's out there, let them clean up the mess afterward.
Yeah.
Right. Like, be aggressive, get to the rim, get the shot up. Those are the important things. And then the other important thing is we'll get into our New Year's resolutions when we get to that part, because it is an important part. But yeah, I mean, like, we have great pieces. We know that they're capable. Let's just try to keep them going in that same realm. Richard DM first, he said that Happy New Year to the Prophecy Pod. He got in late. He's going to rewatch later. But usage and more teams are game planning for him. He'll adjust. I agree. Again, 22 years old. So in this Miami game, missing Tobias, missing Karras, Duncan Robinson was the only player on this team that was older than 26 years old. That's crazy.
By the way, I had a pretty good time watching Smooth Johnny and Greg Kelser figure out what Jimmy Neutron is. When a fan brought a sign with Sheen, was it the Clippers game?
It was the Clippers game.
Yeah, the picture, and
that was all over the TV screen. By the way, that was the first thing I saw. I was like, is that a Pistons fan or is that a troll?
It was a troll, and my favorite thing was Kelser being like, "Well, it does look just like him." Like that. I mean, it is a spitting image of Duncan. Whoever, whatever that's from, I see it. It's just like, all right, we get it.
I mean, he ain't wrong, right?
No one's denying it. It's just it just took up a funny amount of oxygen in that broadcast.
I mean, Cade balled out in that game too. I mean, not to like switch over from talking about Duncan's long face to Cade Cunningham, but like he got overshadowed by Kawhi's crazy game. But Cade was fucking balling in that game. Also, the 3 ball has been great for Cade. I think in his last 10, he's shooting near 40% from 3. So that's looking pretty good. 40% on 6 3-point attempts, by the way. Pretty solid. That was an area of his game that was lacking, and now it seems to be ticking back up. He had that showcase against Luka Doncic, and I think we can all agree he outperformed.
Dude, that Luka. Fourth quarter was so insane. Like they did give up. Like the Lakers gave up. But I mean,
it's what they do.
They didn't have it. They didn't have it in the tank, and I'm sure it would have been a way more interesting game if Reeves was healthy. But that's not making their defense any better.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I hate how much Luka and Austin get to the line and constantly complain. But their combined passing, I mean, LeBron too. Like the shooting is one thing, like the scoring is one thing. The passing is really impressive.
It's really good.
Like that's a lot to overcome. And I still think we would have won the game, but it was definitely like I think Cade just like as a leader, as a two-way guy, I think it just like looks better. By the way, Luka not shooting it great from 3 this season. Devin Booker not shooting it great from 3 this season.
Kind of historically, if you look at Devin Booker's 3-point numbers, they're not
all that great, even though he's got a pretty looking shot. But I think. And this isn't like a hot take or anything, but can you imagine just how much like more efficient Cade would be if he wasn't the only guy? Dude, like if he just had 100%. Like one, if he had like fucking Darius Garland or like Norm Powell, like Tyler Trey Murphy, Derek White, like. Just he gets so much more. I mean, honestly, like if they're not going to start Ivey next to him, like I almost wouldn't hate seeing what Sasser looks like.
They looked good together in this last game.
And by the way, like shout out Bryce. I feel like he's been saying that for over a year. Like I feel like Bryce has been talking about like how Sasser could fit next to Cade, and we've just like not really seen it in the starting lineup. Like. He's probably a better defender than Duncan. Like
probably.
Well, yes, I mean, like I know, but Duncan's at least got size,
height. Yeah,
like size to
like half a foot on him.
I think they both would struggle against like an athletic small forward, but like obviously point of attack guards, Sasser's going to be better, a lot better. So. I don't know the way he's shooting it now. Like I still really like Dennis as a backup point guard. Like I think that's like a valuable, good role for him if he like sort of stays within that. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Sasser. Like I think that'd be cool. He seems ready.
I'm for it. Like I just want him to keep getting minutes because he's just good. The stroke is good. The numbers are always good. The defense is good. His one downside is that he's downsized as far as height goes. That's not that big a deal to me when the rest of your lineup is also defensively dominant and you have Cade out there as a point guard who's huge. Like Cleveland was the best team in the Eastern Conference last year with Darius Garland, who is smaller than Sasser and a worse defender than Sasser.
Yeah.
So let's just see how it goes. And I don't want to take this focus away from Cade because, like I said, against the Clippers and Kawhi, he was great. Against the Lakers, phenomenal. Last night, again, amazing. Like just keeping them in this game. I know he had the 7 turnovers, but he also had 8 rebounds, 11 assists, 31 points, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Everything goes up because he's doing fucking everything.
Right. And I remember. Yeah.
It's just a lot coming from him, and he's just getting better. He's also got like these highlight friggin' plays that are just so nuts. So he won the matchup against Luka in like the head-to-head on the national sphere, right? And now you have 2 important games coming up on Sunday and Monday against Cleveland, where he's facing off against Donovan Mitchell, Spida, who is always killing the Pistons, like truly. And they're both like in all-NBA conversation. These 2.
And if it's not him, it's Darius. Darius has killed us on half-court shots.
Right.
Before he's made big shots. He's a good passer. Like, yeah.
Also, shout out to Richard again, who says after watching Luka, 7 turnovers doesn't seem so bad. Truly, right? Like Luka's a big turnover guy. He turns the ball over more than Cade does. He's shooting the 3 worse than Cade is. Plays worse defense. To me, they're not. it's not. I think Cade should be ahead of him in the MVP conversation. And then after Cleveland, we got New York on Monday going up against Jalen Brunson, who's been named Player of the Month for the Eastern Conference.
I mean, he's been
on one.
I think I've been pretty outspoken about how he's like my least favorite player like in the league. He's been unreal.
He's really good.
He has been his shot making ability, like it's better than it was last year.
Yeah.
And last year was pretty fucking great.
They've won a lot of games recently, some close ones against some not great teams, but it's because they're closing it out.
And also they've had some injury stuff too. Dude is also like what's been really impressive to me about Brunson this season, assists, really moving the ball well and not turning it over much. Yeah. That's like another facet of his game that like, I thought he was like too ISO and like me, just give me the ball and pound the air out of it. He's been moving it, and like, guess what? Like all those other guys are really good.
Yeah.
like Mikhail, OG, and Cat are pretty good. Josh Hart had also been shooting it really well before he got hurt. Scary stuff, but I'm so excited because like we've been talking off air, like all roads lead to New York. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. Like for the Pistons this season, it's going to be about the Knicks, and it's the matchup I've been most excited about, like just after the playoffs. Like I think that we have such different styles of play and we have such different team makeups. I think they're like, the big budget, like Lakers of the East. Like they've got all this talent, like they've got all this stuff going for them, but
they want the Pistons bad too.
Yeah.
And the Pistons want them.
Yeah. Bad. It's going to be chippy. I really hope Duren's healthy for that, by the way. I really hope everybody's healthy, but it'll be really interesting too, just to be like, all right, we thought we could beat them last year with Stu and Ivey. We should have Stu and Ivey. Let's see it. Like, let's see how it goes. But yeah, that's going to be fun. I think we're going to get friend of the pod, Doug Lust, Dougie Burns back on. Spoiler alert. We tentative plans to do that. So, we'll watch and listen to his song. We'll talk about the game, good spirited, competitive chat, and then maybe we'll play a game. I don't know. But we love Doug. We know you guys do too. So
we also know you guys love to like and subscribe to the show.
You love that stuff. You love that stuff.
Why would you be here?
Everybody knows you love doing that. So just do it. Everybody's always talking about how much you love ringing that bell for notifications.
That should be your New Year's resolution. Like and subscribe. Get someone to like and subscribe.
And I'd take it one step further is share it with a friend who likes the Pistons and likes goofing around, goofs in games. We're doing that stuff.
I subscribed you to the show as a goof.
As a goof,
yeah.
It's a goddamn goof. Yeah.
Shout out the 10. Shout out David.
Shout out that whole. I wore my my wet hot windbreaker today when I was out running errands.
I didn't know you had one. That's sick.
From season 2. Yeah,
super cool.
Dug that out of the closet. But yeah. Should we get into resolutions?
Let's get into our resolutions.
I can't go super late, but I would love to talk about the team.
All right. Do you want to talk about the team first, or do you want me to go over some individual ones real quick?
Either way, whatever you're feeling.
All right. Let's go with the team as a whole. Then let's start.
Sure.
What you got for the team resolution?
Surprise. Free throws. Free motherfucking throws. Holy shit.
There's free in the name.
Holy shit. The free throws ain't free in Detroit. I'll tell you.
No, they're more throws. They're throwaways.
They're throws. They're throws. They're definitely throwing them. Wow. Like, I don't expect Fred Vincent to just like be an overnight, like blink and suddenly the whole team is like 50, 40, 90 club. But my God, I do think they've gotten worse. Like, how is this possible?
So, like, I believe some of the podcasts, it might have been the Pulse was talking about this. It might have been the pin down was talking about this. It's part of the reason that the free throws are worse this year than last year is because the guys who are getting free throws this year outside of Cade are Duren and Asar. They're their numbers 2 and 3, and they're both getting more than whoever number 2 was last year, more than number 1 was last year, honestly.
Yeah.
So while Cade's up, he's also down a few percentage marks. Although his last game he was pretty good and he got a ton of free throws.
Up in it, yeah, like 14 or something.
Yeah,
like
which was
18.
Great to see. Double digits. Nice to see him get double digits. Super awesome.
Yeah.
Really helped keep him in the game, to be honest. Yeah. But Duren started out so hot from the free throw line, and it's not been awesome since. I feel like that's gotten worse. And Asar is worse this year than he was last year, and it's fucking frustrating.
Yeah. Man, like it's hard watching some of these games with Anne. I love that she watches with me sometimes. Like it's great watching basketball not by myself, but it's like I can't explain to her why he's so bad at it, because like every time he gets up there, she's like, how is it? And like it's a legitimate question. Like it's like something that, like, I mean, look, he's not the only player in the NBA who's not good at free throws. Like Mitchell Robinson sucks. Like a lot of players like struggle with it, but he's not even a center, you know.
Bad right now. It doesn't look like as hitchy. It just they're not going in. The form doesn't look great. I don't want to say the form looks great or anything, but like he's so much more capable of hitting these free throws than he's actually doing it. And I really do hope that changes, because I think that's the biggest pothole coming into the playoffs. Like when the playoffs approaches, I think it's going to cost them some games.
This is not Asar's fault, but I do feel like it's contagious. Like I feel like Karras is perfectly capable of missing a free throw or two. Mm-hmm. Ron ain't perfect at the line. Like we really just need, like, I think that if like let's say other teams' coach gets a technical, I think I want Sasser shooting the free throw.
Yeah.
Like who else would you want? Like who would be your? It's not Cade. It's not like
he would be my number 2. Like Sasser, Cade, and Tobias are probably the top 3 guys that I'd have shoot the free throw.
Not Duncan.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I guess Duncan's up there too.
But I feel like he, in like a THJ kind of way, like misses some too sometimes. Like if Duncan gets 3, I bet you he's hitting 2.
Yeah, that's kind of the way of the season, right? Like on any given night, Asar will miss more free throws than Kawhi's missed all season.
Or then we will. That it sucks. And like, look, you don't lose a game because of one guy. Like there's a million plays and factors and variables, but like I think every game we've lost, we've probably missed like more free throws than we've lost by. I would be willing to bet like the number is disturbing.
It's probably close. It's probably close to like maybe 1 or 2 games didn't go that way. OG unnamed YouTube user, welcome to the chat. Bah, says Asar shoots his free throw way too flat. Unfortunately, if he tries to put more arc on it, he can't control it. It's true. It is pretty flat. It is kind of rough.
What do we think about backboarding it in? What
do we think about? No. It's so bad. It's so bad. Here's one thing I will say, and this again, I'm not a professional or anything. I did play basketball for a long time, and like a big flaw for me was my free throw shooting. I was terrible at it, like so fucking bad. It was kind of disturbing. I until recently did not get close to being an okay free throw shooter, and I just went in my driveway and I like changed 2 things about my form as far as like my elbow and my wrist a little bit. And it changed literally everything. For Richard says underhanded. That would be so funny.
Or the Sohan one-hander.
No,
you know, all these embarrassing like fucking.
It's brutal.
Yeah,
but yeah, free throws are an issue with this team. You got other the full team things for Rezzies.
I mean, I guess I'll say 3-point shooting. I would say I think those are the big things. I actually think turnovers like have been better globally, like on the season. Like it still creeps up sometimes, but
Plum Dog's left hand.
I can't see. Oh yeah, I can't see chat. Okay. Plum. I forgot about
Mason Plumlee, Pistons legend.
He was kind of nice with the one hand though. Actually, I feel like Plum Dog.
Plum Dog kind of a punchline, but also not that bad.
No, and I remember really good passer for us too. Really good down low. Yeah, so I think those are my big like team notes or free throw shooting but like I don't think they're gonna get better at that. Like I don't think this team, this selection of guys is going to get. So you know what I'll say? I would like without trading 2 young guys and more than 2 first picks, I would like to see a little roster shakeup. How's that? I'll say that for because I want those things to improve, but I don't think they will this season with the guys we have currently.
I got you, and I feel that, and I'm down with it. I don't know who that player would be, but I'd be interested to see it. One of my resolutions for Trajan Langdon would be trade for Trey Murphy. Like, see if you can get him. I would give up 4 picks and 2 players for him. 2 of those 3 that we talked about. I don't know if that would do it.
The only thing I will say is just like the injury history. Like that's the only thing I will say if you're gonna like, give that much up.
He just he dunks so hard and he hits so many threes and he gets so many steals.
The type of player is perfect.
It's such a perfect fit. It's such a perfect fit. The contract. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That contract is worth 4 picks for real. Like for real. That's the big heave ho.
How many more years is it? 2?
I think it's like 3 years.
Okay.
Caris for Giannis and Shea, who says no, says Trevor. They'll throw it a second too, I guess.
Run it. Run it.
I would be interested to see how all this stuff goes. I'm curious to see how it all works out. My resolutions for individual players are cut down the fourth quarter turnovers for Cade Cunningham. Like those are the turnovers that drive me a little bit crazy. Like when they pop up near the end of the game when he's trying to force something. Like take a breath, do your thing.
I think it's a usage thing.
It is.
Like, I think it's a like exhaustion usage, like mileage. Thing. I remember when Spo said that last year, just of like how you take Cade's turnovers with a grain of salt. And like, granted, he was and is somewhat turnover prone, but like, yeah, you got to like.
I'm talking about just fourth quarter, just in the clutch. Like, I get over all those. The numbers aren't even that bad for turnovers.
I think a trade helps. I think a trade helps with that.
I agree.
All right. But I agree with you too. I agree.
Next one, Stu, stay out of foul trouble so you can get into the all defense conversation. Need it to happen. So it's so deserved. Like it's so friggin' deserved. You just got to get into it.
Yeah.
And the only way you're not getting 20 minutes a game is if you foul out or get ejected or if you get injured.
I think that you could apply that not so much on the all defense situation, but like apply that to all of our bigs. Really just JD too. Like he needs to stay out of because like
it hurts his offense when he
it hurts everything. I think he gets pissed. And not in a let me put my head down and lock in. I think he gets because I think that happens to Cade.
Yeah.
Like when he starts getting a shitty whistle or like just like things aren't going his way. I think he gets bad and just is like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna take over. I think Duren gets mad in like kind of a kind of way. I think like frustration is a slippery slope to what he would call soft shit.
I think, honestly, I think it showed up yesterday. Like, it looked like he was hunting fouls as opposed to, like, trying to score a little bit yesterday. So it's a bit of a bummer. Richard says Cade has the most fouls per game. That's true. But he also plays the most minutes per game, and he doesn't foul out.
He's a pretty good defender. He's a pretty good,
good defender.
I give that a pass.
The other reason that you want Duren not to foul so much is because we really want him to be an all-star this year. That'd be so nice for him. I mean, not nice for the books and the money. I don't know how much that affects his contract, but it'd be nice for him. I hate not rooting for players to get their accolades because of money.
Can I double back on the Trey Murphy thing real quick?
Sure. OG, we'll get to that comment in a second.
I think I would rather have Derek White on this team than Trey Murphy.
Yeah?
Because of health, defense, and I think it's more realistic. Because I think if you were to trade Tobias and either like Ivey or like I think they might want cap relief more than New Orleans would want to trade for those players. Like
if either of those two players were available for that, that's great. I don't expect the Celtics to get as reeled as the front office of New Orleans. That's, to me, that's like the big.
No, but I think if they like want to get a pick this year, if like Tatum's not coming back and they're like, do we be good or do we like make ourselves a little worse and get some cap relief? Maybe that's the only way I think they would want to do it.
Right. But I mean, Boston's what, like third in the East right now?
Are they? Yeah.
They're really good. They're playing so well.
Yeah, they are.
So I don't know. I mean, I'd love either of those players. I think both those players would make this team a hell of a lot better. I know everybody really wants a 4 on this squad, like desperately wants a 4. I think I really think Ron could play the 4 if I'm being honest. Like come and do something. He showed
a combination of Ron, Stu, and Asar, I think could cover
and Javante.
Yep.
So like,
yeah, I think they could cover you in that position. I think the more it's about like scoring option and gravity, and if that person can play defense too, unbelievable.
Right. And like truly no shade to Tobias, but his 3-point shooting is not that much worse than Ron Holland's is right now. So
no, and his ability to go get one, I think his ability to go get a bucket and defend, I think we've felt the drop off more this year than we did last year, which makes sense. Like he's still younger than me, by the way. But it's just like starting to look a little worse. And I feel like it's like, even when he gets one, I'm like, he might give one up on the other end. And also just like, it slows everything down.
It does. It does slow everything down, and all that's true. And then one other element to it is Tobias is on pace to miss more games than he has in the last 13 years.
You were telling me about this. So yeah, that's since when?
2012, 2013. It's crazy. He's an Iron Man, but this season he's missed kind of a lot of games, and it's kind of showing up. All right, I want to get to these OG unnamed YouTube user who is, if you follow like the Pistons sphere of media, always seeing OG in the comments.
He's
participating, active.
He's active.
And it is he. I'm assuming. I think. I don't want to be too presumptuous. First one is the Cade reach around. Pause. Oh, I get the pause now. Fouls piss me off. Yeah, those are bad, lazy fouls that never work out. I think those are just like frustration fouls, without a doubt. And he's got to stop those. Second comment is, Harry, would you put Duren in the trade for Trey Murphy III? I know it doesn't make sense. I just want to know your level of commitment. And he says, yes, he's an old man.
Good question.
You're all old men. And would I put Duren in that trade? No, I would not. Duren is an untradeable for me. The connection with Cade is awesome. The defense has gotten better. That was one thing everyone's like, there's no way he can be an okay defender. There's no chance. He's just going to be a bad defender. And he's 22, and now he's like not bad at defense. Like statistically pretty good at defense. The footwork he has, the spacing of his shot going further and further out at this point, the leap in points this season, the free throws, I know free throws aren't incredible, but they started out pretty incredible and they're still like, okay. He's too valuable and too irreplaceable in that.
Can't trade Cade's favorite big. Yeah. You can't do it. You can't do it. Unless it was for like, someone who occupied a similar space.
Right. Who does the stuff that Duren does?
There's not really like
Bam.
But like he's way older. I don't know why you would do that. I don't know who it's tough. It's tough. You need because there are guys if you were to make a big all-in trade for Jaren Jackson Jr., you need Duren on the boards.
Yeah.
These two complement each other. It's not like in that scenario you would have to trade Stu, which none of us are talking about. None of us are talking right to camera. None of us are talking on this podcast about trading Isaiah Stewart. I just want to. No, we're not. To get out in front of that, OG. No, he's not in the package. Mm-hmm. We've talked about the guys that we're willing to move on from, and I don't think they're.
Ian says Daniel Gafford, maybe. Not even close. Daniel Gafford does not have the bag that Duren has. Like, the offensive game just isn't the same. I know
and
he's a great shot blocker.
And the age and the health, the health lately has not been stellar.
It's not the same level. And all this for a 22-year-old. Like, he's only going to get better.
By the way, I will say Daniel Gafford's a great shot blocker.
Incredible.
Really
absolutely
great,
incredible.
Really gifted. And I just always is good for at least 4 against the Pistons every time they play. Like, assuming he's not literally coming off injury. But
Ian McCullough says, how to reveal you are a casual Piston fan, talking about trading Stu. I got a buddy of mine who has not liked Isaiah Stewart since day one. And we went to the Pistons game together earlier this year. And he was like, I mean, he's playing good right now. I was like, bro, he's so good. He's so good. All right, I want to get back to a couple of these other comments. Ian asked, would Harry trade a pet of his for Trey Murphy III?
Chicken?
If I can trade a chicken, for sure. There's a chicken or two I wouldn't mind getting rid of. I love them all, but I would do
Rose that. Is untradeable.
Rose is off limits. I love Rose. Rose and Edna are off limits. Brenda, I'd probably trade, even though I like her. It's just
package Brenda.
So loud. Like Brenda's my guinea fowl.
He's got her bird rights.
No, that's comedy.
God damn.
God,
dude, we should just stop now. We should just stop.
We can't. We got to handle these other comments.
Sorry.
I wouldn't trade a dog. Would you trade Noni?
No.
There's no chance. The love is too strong.
No.
Love is too strong. All right. What? I know I saw some other comments in here as well. Ogia named YouTube user statistically good on defense, still doesn't look good in the eye test. I disagree. I think it actually does look pretty good. Yeah, Duren. I would put Duren as a neutral defender at center. That is a huge improvement. And that's all that matters. If he's neutral and it is a huge improvement from what he was, that's what I'm saying, is like, to go from bad to at worst neutral, statistically good, to some people good, that is massive for a young man of his size to do. Ian says Rose and Stu are untouchable. It's very true.
You're talking about the torchbearers of culture. You're talking about
for the
heart and soul of the flock / squad.
Although chicken stew is a great combination for those two on the block at the same time.
Chicken stew.
For those who are curious, my chickens' names are Rose. She's my Buff Orpington. Edna, Nora, Dorothy, Gertie, Murray, and Brenda is my guinea fowl. And then rest in peace, Blanche, who passed away earlier this year. No. So, Ian, as far as like the new subscriber goal goes, I tried to update it on Stream Elements. It's supposed to say 150 now. It hasn't taken yet. Maybe it will. We'll see.
The point is the same. What are we quibbling about? Just hit the button. Just hit the smash it. Just what are we talking about?
Don't get out of here. Trap, before we go, do you have any resolutions for the team? Is there anything that you want to see out of the team before the season's up? And while we're getting that from the chat, Mickey, tell me what you expect coming out of these next 3 games. We've got Cleveland and New York back-to-back, in Cleveland, in Detroit, and then 2 days later, we got the Chicago Bulls.
Man, I got to say, winning like 2 to 3 of these games would be so big for us. Like, I think, like, we got a little, like, splash of cold water with the West Coast trip. Like, I think the Jazz game and the Clippers game should be learning lessons in terms of, the record isn't necessarily
indicative.
Right. I think it's not even playing down. It's like underestimating your opponents, and like, whether your record is better than another team or not, sometimes they're a tough matchup, or sometimes they're like coming back in terms of health. So I hope we take, just because the Cavs are on like a little bit of a skid, like, I think they're going to be pretty healthy when we play them. So we should take that really seriously, especially after the last game we played. That was the blowout, right?
Yeah.
We haven't played them since. And
you don't have a good record against Cavs in history either.
No, they are a tough matchup. The double big, by the way, especially if Duren misses any amount of time. But like, for me, it's all eyes on the Knicks game. Like, that to me is so important, like, both in terms of our bragging rights when we have Doug on the pod in the days subsequent to that game, to also just like, are we the 1 seed? Like, are we going to remain the 1 seed? Like, is that a real thing.
There's
like,
so much talk right now. People are saying that the Knicks are the best team in the East, and like for the whole season, people have been saying that they're putting Detroit. I mean, the Knicks ahead of Detroit as far as title contenders go on like a regular basis, and like this game can be a statement about that.
Yeah, I mean,
plus it's great for Cade in the MVP race.
I'm getting flashes from the John Showman thing, you know, where like the standings aren't all there is to power rankings. And so like you take it personally, don't take it personally, get a chip on your shoulder about it. But like you said, statement game. And I think if you can win the Cavs and the Knicks games, like that is an exclam, I think. And and the Bulls, we should just win that game in general.
Yeah.
Like I think Giddey's hurt. Kobe is hurt.
I don't care if they're fully healthy. They should not be a matchup.
Well, no, but that's a tough matchup. That is a tough with Vooch on, and they've got some talented guards.
Matas Buzelis, Trey Jones, your boy.
Trey Jones, don't.
I slept on him last time. It's true.
Yeah, see what happens when you shit talk a Jones, bro.
I drink their soda is what happens.
Yeah, cotton candy flavor, bubblegum sody pop. No, this is a Fago podcast or a Werner's podcast, and that's it.
That's it.
So yeah, that's how I'm feeling about the upcoming stretch. It's going to be really telling. How do you feel, my friend?
I feel pretty good because I still expect Detroit to win every game that they play. I just think they're an incredible team, and I think they're incredibly deep, and I think their defense and Cade, that they have the best player, and they have the second best. They have the best player in almost every matchup they have, and they have the best defense in essentially every matchup they have, except for against Oklahoma City. So like those are important things for this team. They have ability. Sometimes they just come up short, and I really think that they've been thinking about this New York game all season. There's no way they haven't been. And I bet they've been thinking about the Cleveland game because, you know, JB got fired by Cleveland. Let's not forget. And now he's the coach of this team, doing things well. And Kenny Atkinson got coach of the year last year over JB when he shouldn't have. And we're seeing why. So I expect
he shouldn't have got it. He shouldn't have. What is the Cade over-under point total for the Knicks game?
Just between us or like what it actually is?
Yeah.
29.5.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to say. And I'll take the over on it.
Yeah. I'm like predicting 40 ball, but it could also be the type of thing where they just blitz the shit out of him and he has like a 20-20 game.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know how it's going to look, but I think he's going to be on it. And if he's not, somebody else better step up. Because, yeah. Like
he typically is, though. Especially against New York.
I know. I just think it's like, I think we're getting to the point where it's like a little unfair for him to just like for us just to expect him to be superhuman every fucking night. Like that's all.
That's where he's at. That's the type of player.
I know. He probably doesn't agree with me. He wants the smoke. He wanted to be the number one pick. Like he's the dude.
Maybe the smoke off air. We won't talk about that on air.
But
all right. Can we get into some of these we got resolutions from our boys boys in the chat?
I can't see the chat, so you gotta.
Oh, my bad.
You're fine.
So the first one we got is from Richard DM for it. He says resolution: quit complaining so much about the often bad refereeing. That's not nasty dog behavior. Pretty fair. It's tough because the complaining works for some teams. It certainly doesn't seem to be working for the Pistons. So like. Maybe
that was a Richard DM for it.
That was a Richard DM for it.
I love that. We've talked off air. Like, if you want the Pistons' legacy, then you're going to have to beat the refs too. It's not just no team can be OKC because first of all, except for last year, they have no legacy. Like that's not me dunking on them. That's just like they don't have like history in the league and a reputation. Like that shit sticks with us. Like, and it's actually like something to be proud of and is super cool. But I agree, like you can't expect the same whistle when you play how we play and you carry yourselves the way we carry ourselves, and that's just gonna be our burden. I agree. I'm sick of the like, what are we shocked about? It's every game. It's most games.
Just go with it. Like
I like that resolution.
It's a great one. OG unnamed YouTube user says, my biggest goal would be Ivey playing his way into the starting lineup. Fucking start doing it now. Like, just have it happen for the rest of January, because this is your last month to see if it works. That's it. You have 10 games? 10 games left to test before the trade deadline's up. Is that right? I don't have the schedule up.
So that's crazy if true, but I mean, this is not me rumor milling. It just seems like JB doesn't trust him.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way.
So who knows? But I would have liked that, but I've kind of given up on it because there have been multiple fourth quarters where I'm like, man, we could really use some scoring juice from the guy who's 4 of 5 or 2 for 3 from deep in this game. But whatever.
It's just kind of whatever.
It's kind of whatever.
He did against the Clippers. He did play some fourth quarter. He played 28 minutes that game. It's his biggest one, and he was 2 of 10 in that game. So not his best game.
He can only have fourth quarter minutes when he's taking a shit.
Playing bad. Yeah, that's it. Just to prove it. See, this is why.
Proof negative. Actually, it's proof.
Trevor Browning says, "Love Ivey. Hope to see him get some confidence back and not be so passive out there." I agree. I do. I did bring up the driving earlier. I want him to shoot threes like crazy. Just get catch and shoot threes and put them on up. OG YouTube user says, I love the Pistons and their style of play. However, watching non-Pistons games, you can see that Cade is a superstar, but the rest of the roster is simply not good enough at getting buckets. Facts, straight up facts.
Not a controversial thing to say, I don't think.
We've been talking about it. We need a number 2. We need not someone to take a number 2. We need someone to be a number 2. Trevor Browning says, but Detroit has barely played anyone over 500, as we have one of the best records against plus 500 teams. It's super true. You don't have to even look at the stats, even though the stats will back this up. Detroit is a good team beating good teams on a regular basis. They're a squad, without a doubt.
Here's the thing, OG. They want us they liked the story we were last year, where it was wow, I can't believe how much they don't suck. Look at them dragging themselves out of the mud. They don't want us to be real.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fun little narrative of wow, what an amazing turnaround. We know more goes into power rankings than just seeding, as we were talking about, but again, we're gonna have to prove it to everybody and beat the refs. And I think they want to do that. I think Cade wants to do that, but it's gonna be an uphill battle. There's gonna be a lot of people who we're gonna have to shut up. We're gonna have to shut them up.
The national narrative about Detroit is frustrating. They don't believe in the city yet. They don't believe in the team yet, and they got to open their eyes.
They want New York. They want. It's a big market. It's whatever.
They got more names on the team.
They got OG, more than one name.
OG unnamed YouTube user says, I don't think they trade Ivey regardless. He really doesn't seem to have enough trade value. I don't fucking know.
I don't either. I can't even speak to that stuff.
I never know what's going on in the trade market. And I feel oftentimes when people are talking about it, they're like, oh, I hear what, when insiders talk about this is what I'm hearing from these organizations. This is what I'm hearing from this organization. This is the rumor. This is this rumor. They almost never work out because information is getting passed along with intention. Right.
Right. Whether it's agencies who are putting it out there or a team or another, other, you never know what's believable or what's not.
Here's what I do know. Ivey is a talented player. Ivey is a young player. Ivey had a great season last season before he got injured, and his stats this season are not looking all that bad. Ivey has the ability to be explosive as well, and he was a top 5 pick. He's not a flop of a top 5 pick. Is that the term? Is that the right term?
A bust.
A bust. He's not a bust of a top 5 pick. So with all that in mind, again, still very young, people might be interested. We'll see how it goes.
I don't know either, though, and I won't pretend like I do. I would ask, we can move on to another question, but OG, if you think he doesn't have much value and you don't think we move him, what contract do you think he gets? Is my question.
I mean, he might not get any. It might just be an RFA thing, and then you get him next year on the crazy cheap.
Well, I'm just curious what OG thinks. But But we can move on to another.
That's it. That's all.
Is
we
that
got.
it? Is that
it?
The
comments
all right. Well, then maybe we don't have time for OG's response, unless he gets to type. He or she gets.
No,
to type
OG is old man. OG confirmed old man.
Okay.
His pronouns are old and man.
I like that. I like that.
Well, if you want to answer OG, that's cool. You can't answer. We'll read it on here. And if not, we're just gonna close this thing up because this has been a long one, bro.
We did a long one. We were just talking about the Pistons. It wasn't even a game. We were just shooting it, but which is more than I can say for the team. No,
man, you've been zinging them today.
Dogging them, just zinging them, dogging them. No, I'm excited. I think you bringing up that 3-game stretch is really really important. And I remember last season it was the West Coast road trip that was sort of like a big turning point in the season. And I think we're in a different position now just because we started off so strong. Like, what's the second wind going to be? And this would be such an impactful one.
Yeah,
especially with the Eastern Conference wide open, as everybody loves to talk about.
Wide open between two teams.
Yeah, it's any one of those two teams' conference, I swear. Yeah, we'll see. But I still fear the Cavs. I still think
I agree.
Especially for us. I wouldn't want to get them in a first round.
I legitimately think any team can beat any team on any given night. Truly, like they're talented players out here, and like you can hit your shots, you can play your game, you can win your game. It's some games are tougher than others, but like believe in yourself, believe in your team, believe in your boys, and you should be all right.
We'll see how it goes. The boys.
Believe in the boys.
Believe in them.
The stylish young men, as some people on our podcast would say. Yeah. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for sticking with us for this huge trip. And Happy New Year to everybody out there watching, listening. Truly. I hope that next year will be better than last year was. I'm unsure of how bad last year was for you. I'm assuming it wasn't great because it wasn't great for anybody unless you're a Detroit Piston as a whole. But thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for being here. And we look forward to seeing you next week. We'll be back next Thursday, likely with Doug at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about some pretty important games.
Thanks for all the chat activity. We love it. We thrive off it. We feed off it.
Mm-hmm. So the chat feeds families like
really does
a big old pizza, like a party sub.
Yeah,
with veggies.
6 foot long party sub.
I was saying this is a quick aside, but I was hanging out with one of my buddies, and he told me that he bought a party sub for just him and his wife. I think I was like, what? That's crazy. Maybe they had a few people over. I'm not too sure, but it seems pretty wild. It might have been what it was. It might have been
that seems like if it's just him and his wife, the SOG factor is going to start to be a thing very quickly. Quickly.
Now that I'm thinking about it, there's no way that's what he said, but it did sound like he had a fair share of it left over. But he said it was the best Italian sub in town. So shout out to him for that, for stepping into it. So yeah, sorry for the misinformation out there, Jim. I don't mean to be spreading lies about you and your purchase history.
I do.
Yeah.
Aggregate it, Jim. Just solo dogging some 6 foot stuff with the old lady. You gotta spice it up somehow with some hot Italian peppers.
Pepperoni, pepperoncino, whatever the word is. I'm not like
pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week, and all the best. Stay rooting, stay enjoying the games. And as always, we end the show by saying the acronym for the show, OOBH, as if it was a word, like an onomatopoeia form, because that's how a horse would say it anyway. And praise horse, of course. Praise horse. So as always, I've been Harry.
And I'm Mickey.